My name is Brad Cribbins. I'm the chairman of Radix.
My name is Blerim Zeqiri. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Radix.
So Radix had a little bit of its origin back at my former company. And Blerim and I had worked together for a number of years, and we'd gone out to the market to discover some information about how do I get better data in more real time. And so we actually partnered with a third-party firm, and we brought in these three players. The name will go unmentioned at the moment, but after working for about 6 months on the project, they weren't actually delivering much of anything. And so we had gotten together with them and said, hey, we really need to see some production. And their response was, well, if it's so easy, why don't you build it yourself? And Blerim actually decided to build it himself.
To me, at that time, it was anathema in looking at these massive decisions, $50, $100 million decisions, or larger monetary decisions, and saying, well, we're going to make this decision with a spreadsheet that someone put together just a couple of weeks ago. You didn't really have any historical perspective, you didn't have any historical trends to look at, and on top of it, these spreadsheets were causing all sorts of friction for users who were trying to make these decisions. A lot of data gathering, a lot of collating, and at the end of the day, even if you had the perfect data, it's still just a snapshot. So you're constantly looking at snapshot decision making, which, as we all know, trend line is really what matters.
Ultimately, he recognized early on that the need for precise data, timely data, and accurate data was something that the industry was clamoring for, and they needed it in a much more efficient way than what they had access to it at that time.
The future where the industry and the world is going is one where decisions are made rapidly. And these decisions have immense consequences from an operational standpoint and from a financial perspective of these properties, but also renters.
It's our experience that multifamily is it's a big business but a small industry. And ultimately, I think people have accepted less than what the industry is capable of doing for quite a while. And so I think that people utilizing access to information in a way that allows them to be more precise is going to elevate the industry. And I think they'll then begin to look for ways that they can use this data to continue to reinforce how to outperform markets.
Radix's shared data ecosystem is truly unique in our industry. This is something that was the norm in many other industries, whether it's hotels, airlines. You could go to hotels.com and find out any rate for about any property. Whereas in our industry, a lot of this data sharing happened informally, through phone calls, through shared spreadsheets, through really very, very antiquated ways of exchanging information. All of this data, or a lot of it, is public, it's out there, but it's not collated, it's not structured, it's not up to date. And so the Radix data ecosystem enables all our users to participate and see what's happening in the wider market, what's happening in the sub-market.
This is really where the power, in many respects, lies, right? I mean, the ecosystem is a way to weaponize this concept of data compounding on itself. And so as you end up with more people in the platform, you end up with more points of refinement all along the way. And so, at least in our estimation, as you, again, think in terms of the bigger picture for the business, they're trying to understand, how do I set my rates? How do I understand the market? Is it a good time to sell? Is it a good time to buy? What are the indicators that suggest that those things are true? And as the ecosystem is kind of playing off of itself, it allows you to just continue to fine-tune the precision of that information.
We have a lot of key executives and dedicated team members that come from the industry, bring the industry experience, understand the industry deep down, have done many of the functions and duties that a lot of our clients and users have, including myself. So we understand the industry very deeply, very genuinely, and our solutions are geared and tailored towards solving these problems that we know are entrenched in our industry. Whatever we decide to do, we want to do it orders of magnitude better than what exists out there.
we want them to walk away and go, sincerely, I don't want to be without this product because it helps me make better decisions. It helps me look smarter to my boss. It helps me look smarter to my investor, and ultimately allows me a trajectory to grow my career so that I can have an impact at a larger level throughout my career. That's the kind of thing that I think we're trying to push.
We honor our commitments. We take our responsibilities very seriously. And we have the resiliency to stick with problems until we solve them. We strive to have an impact in our clients' lives and in our users' lives by providing easier, better solutions for them to run their businesses.